Man, what's good, YouTube? It is your boy Paul Eclipse and welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to give you guys my favorite M16 class setups and loadouts in Call of Duty Warzone. If you need Warzone tips and tricks, or if you enjoy Warzone content, please subscribe to my channel because I have more Warzone content and Warzone tips and tricks videos coming in the future, and you do not want to miss any more videos. And if you're feeling good today and you want to make me a really happy person, drop a like on the video because it makes me smile at the end of the day. All right, I'm done wasting y'all time. Let's get right into these class setups. The first class setup that I'm going to talk about in this video is the MP5 and the M16. And just to let you guys know, I am talking about the Black Ops MP5 and not the Modern Warfare MP5. The Black Ops MP5 is a really underrated SMG. It has a high time to kill, and the SMG completely melts in close to medium ranges, and the recoil is very easy to control. All you have to do is hold the right analog stick down when you shoot, and you are going to be beaming with this weapon. It's going to look like that you have aimbot when you're controlling that recoil. If it wasn't for some of the other SMGs on this list, I honestly think the MP5 would be the meta SMG that everyone will run to. But even though the Black Ops MP5 is currently not the meta, it is still a great weapon that you can use to compete with meta weapons if you want to change it up a little bit. If you're tired of using meta weapons like I am sometimes I like to run the MP5 just to give myself a different vibe. For the attachments, you want to start off with the agency suppressor. The agency suppressor is the best muzzle in the game. It got a buff a couple months ago, and look at all the pros that you get compared to the cons. You get sound suppression, you get vertical recoil control, you get bullet velocity, and you get effective damage range as pros. And the only cons that you have is aim down sight speed and aim instability, but we're going to fix those with other attachments that we're going to add on. For the barrel, you want to go with the 9.5 task force. This also increases your damage range, it increases your bullet velocity and your strafe speed, which is very important when you're playing Warzone. You want to make sure that you're able to strafe left and right as fast as possible, especially in gunfights. And you're going to lose some vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control, but that's completely fine. We're going to add another attachment that's going to fix those cons. For your stock, you want to go with the Raider stock, and the reason I say go with the Raider stock is because the only con that you have is hip fire accuracy, but that's completely fine because you're not going to be shooting hip fire shots anyways. And look at all the pros that you get. You get ADS fire and move speed, you get aim walking movement speed, and you also get an increased sprint to fire time, so it's a no-brainer. Make sure you're using the Raider stock. For your underbarrel, you want to go with the Field Agent foregrip. The Field Agent foregrip increases your vertical recoil control and your horizontal recoil control, and this is very important because it's going to make it easier to control this recoil on this gun. That way it makes it look like that you have an aimbot and you're going to be beaming people consistently with this weapon. And to end it off, you want to go with the 40-round drum. I chose the 40-round drum because of the ammo capacity, and the cons isn't too bad. It only affects my reload quickness, which really isn't a problem to me. If you do want to change the ammunition, I will also recommend going with the 40-round speed mag. You will lose a little bit of aim down sight time, but that's completely fine because you're going to be reloading fast. So I might change it up a little bit depending on how I feel like it. Sometimes I use the 40-round drum and sometimes I use the 40-round speed mag. It just depends on what I'm feeling like for the day. The M16 is the second weapon that you want to be using. For the M16, you want to have the agency silencer, and the agency silencer is the same thing as the agency suppressor. It is the best muzzle in the game, and you want to make sure that you have the agency silencer or suppressor on most of your weapons. For your barrel, you want to go with the 16.3 titanium. This increases your fire rate, and this is very important for the M16 because the fire rate is really slow compared to the AUG. So you want to kind of fix that up a little bit by adding this barrel because it's going to increase your fire rate as said previously. For your optic, you want to go with the Axle Arms 3X. You have been in the Warzone community for a while. You know that the Axle Arms 3X is the best optic for 3-round burst weapons, even just assault rifles period. It's really just the best optic. Make sure you use this. You can add all different type of reticles. It's a great weapon to use. For the underbarrel, you want to go with the Field Agent foregrip because it's going to help control your horizontal and vertical recoil. And for your ammunition, you want to go with the 45-round magazine. There's no need to have a 60-round or a 60-round fast mag. 45 rounds are just fine. You're going to be able to beam people easily. This weapon has a high high time to kill. The M16 is definitely one of the new meta weapons. Ever since the AUG got a nerf to its recoil, the M16 has easily slid in the spot of the AUG. It has a slower fire rate, but it still gets the job done with the time to kill. You definitely want to be using this weapon. Now for your perk one, you want to go with EOD. I chose EOD over double time because if you look at the description of EOD, take reduced damage from non-kill streak explosives and fire. So when someone throws a grenade or a thermite grenade, that's going to do less damage to you. It's kind of like Flat Jacket, if you guys remember that from the Call of Duty multiplayer. And I just been really rocking with this perk over the double time perk. For your perk 2, you want to go with overkill, of course, so then you can carry 2 primary weapons. And for your perk 3, I am running amp so then I can switch weapons faster. I see a lot of people running tracker. I used to run tracker a lot, but in close Warzone games, I really want to be switching my weapon as fast as possible, so I've been running amped a lot more. For your lethal, you want to go with a Semtex grenade because you're able to chuck them boys as far as you want, honestly. And for your tactical, you want to go with a heartbeat sensor. If you do want to change your tactical up a little bit, I would recommend running with a stun grenade because these stun grenades are OP. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've been hit by a stun grenade, you literally just are frozen in time. So either go with a heartbeat sensor or a stun grenade. And to let you guys know, before we go forward, I will no longer be giving you guys the description attachments for the M16 because the M16 is the same attachments for the rest of these classes. So make sure that you have these attachments on. If you need further details about the M16 attachments when I'm talking about later classes, make sure you come back to the beginning of the video. Moving on to the second loadout, we have the MAC-10 and the M16. Now everyone knows a few months ago, before the FFAR became the meta, the MAC-10 was literally everywhere. Now unfortunately you don't see the MAC-10 as much as you used to, but the MAC-10 trust me, it's still a great weapon. You still want to have the MAC-10 in your loadout. Now for the attachments, you want to go with the agency suppressor for your muzzle. For your barrel, you want to go with the 5.9 task force, and this increases your effective damage range, your bullet velocity, and your strafe speed. All these pros are very important for SMGs because you want to be moving as fast as possible, but you also want to have the most damage, especially in close to medium range gunfight. For your stock, you want to go with the Raider stock. This is the best stock that you could possibly have on the MAC-10. It increases your speed overall with the weapon, but the only con that you have is hip fire accuracy, which doesn't matter because you won't be shooting hip fire shots anyways, or at least you shouldn't be. For your barrel, you want to go with the field agent grip to get that horizontal and vertical recoil control. And for your salvo, you want to go with the 53 round fast mag. For your secondary weapon, you want to have the M16. All the attachments are the same as before. You want to go with the agency suppressor, the 16.3 titanium. For your optic, you want to go with the Axle Arms 3X. For your underbarrel, you want to go with the field agent foregrip, and for your ammunition, you want to go with the 45 round. Perks are the same as the previous class. You want to go with EOD, overkill, and amped. For your lethal, you want to go with a Semtex, and for your tactical, you want to go with a heartbeat sensor or a stun grenade. The third class setup that I'm going to share with you guys is the FFAR and the M16. I've talked about this in multiple videos. The FFAR and the M16 is the meta, or at least possibly the old meta. I have a video coming about the new sykov pistols. Hopefully that's how you say it. I did see videos on those pistols, and that might replace the FFAR. And if you guys have been in the Warzone community, you pretty much know what attachments are best for the FFAR. For your muzzle, you want to go with the infantry compensator, or you want to go with the agency suppressor. For your barrel, you want to go with the 19.5 task force to increase your effective damage range, your bullet velocity, and your strafe speed. For your rear grip, you want to go with the serpent wrap. Now you guys are probably wondering, why am I running with the serpent wrap instead of the Raider stock? The ADS speed on the FFAR got nerfed, so I had to do something to increase that ADS speed because that ADS speed was ridiculously slow. So I decided to go with the serpent wrap because it increases the ADS speed. For your ammunition, you want to go with the 38 round, and the reason why I decided to run with the 38 round instead of the regular Stagnock 50 round is because the Stagnock 50 round decreases the aim down sight time more. Like I already said, it's already extremely slow, so there's no point in you making it even slower. So just go ahead and run with that 38 round. For your underbarrel, you want to go with the field agent foregrip because it helps with your vertical and horizontal recoil. And the M16 attachments are the exact same. For your muzzle, you want to go with the agency suppressor. For your barrel, you want to go with the 16.3 titanium. For your optic, you want to go with the Axle Arms 3X. For your underbarrel, you want to go with the field agent foregrip. And for your ammunition, you want to go with the 45 round. For your perks, you want to go with EOD, Overkill, and Amp. For your lethal, you want to go with a Semtex, and for your tactical, you want to go with a heartbeat sensor, or, guys guessed it, a stun grenade. And those are my top 3 M16 loadouts in Warzone. If you have not tried some of these loadouts, make sure you give them a try. They're really fun to use. These are the loadouts that I use on a daily basis in my streams, and they help me produce high kill games and have a better time overall playing Warzone. If you like any of these class setups, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. It really helps me out. Besides that, it has been your boy Paul Eclipse, and I'll see y'all in the next one.